Shambram. Oh, so it's what grand times you live in. So let's get to the point now. Let's get to the point. And the point is, we've said it before, but I'll say it again. What can you do? What can you do right now? What's during this next 2 months of time? What's the most important thing you can do? Breathe. Absolutely. There's another very important thing. Let go of your identity. We've been saying it in 100 different ways for 100 years. Let go of the identity. I love the pirates because they can act for a moment. And every time they act, every time you act, it's a little reminder to part of yourself that it's all an act. It's all an act. There is no going back to David later today. There's acting like David later today. But that inner part of this being starts to remember, oh, that's right. It's not about making David perfect. It's not about even repairing or healing David. There is no David to heal or repair. It was an act. The more you try to repair it and heal it, the more you're just falling into the old belief that it's real. That's why I said last month, get over all this healing, all this processing. Get into you. Get into you. Get over all these abundance thing. That's your old act. Abundance issues. It is. Every time you have an abundance issue, instead of calling and griping at somebody, remind yourself, it's just an act. It's your old act. What's your new act? And acts are good. Being an actor is great. It's all about it. It's what this earth is for. Acting, discovering, experiencing. Now, can you imagine the greatest act while remembering or knowing who the creator of these acts are? In other words, conscious awareness that you're having fun pretending you're David or Andra or anyone. It's an act, Mary. It's an act. We've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to tell you. It's a beautiful act. It's an intriguing act. But it's an act. That's all. If you can get over your identity, which is the scariest thing for this act that you're playing, because it doesn't know what happens next. And if suddenly you get over your identity and understand you're not really who you think you are, well, that identity has a little bit of an issue. Identity is saying, well, then we're going to die. It's just an actor acting out. Then we'll die and we'll go out of existence. And no, don't listen to that act or that aspect. Listen to the I am. I am. And it's not I am that I was, but that's the way you live. That's how you are living. I am that I was. I'm not sure what the hell I'm going to be. It is that I am becoming. And the becoming is in this moment. I am the becoming. I am that I am. Simplified. I am. I am. Everything else is an act. Everything else is just for fun. Everything else is part of an experience. But instead of being unaware of who created the experience, instead of being unaware of why the experience, instead of being unaware of how you get out of the experience, suddenly it all comes together. It all starts to make intuitive, divine sense, not human sense. It will not make human sense, but it will make divine sense. Suddenly, the I am isn't just a nice little cliche that you say when you hug other people at a Crimson Circle meeting. Suddenly, it just is. Suddenly, it's the awareness. Get over Pete. I love Pete, but get over Pete. And I don't mean annihilate Pete. Good God, no, just get over Pete. Be on the other side of Pete. And don't repeat, just... No. By the way, in acting, timing is everything. Doesn't do much good to hit the button 2 seconds after the funny. No, you want your finger pasted on that, ready to go, anytime. So, dear shopper, what to do? What to do? Get over it. Get over yourself. That means get on the other side of yourself. Get over Pete, meaning get on the other side and be able to look at Pete and say, what a great act. Now, what do I want to change that act into? Or do I want a whole new act? Or the interesting, amazing thing is, right now, you haven't been able to do this up to now, but right now you can do about a dozen acts at one time without going multiple. There's a fine line there, Andra. Fine line. What is the line? What's the difference between... You're aware of them. A multiple, such as Andra works with, and you all have it to an extent, is not aware. It's not aware. They are pushing and shoving for who's going to be in front stage, center stage. The new energy multiple, the Shambra multiple, the Shambra multiple can be doing a dozen or more, but let's start with a dozen acts at one time. All in center stage, no longer competing for energy or attention. Fully aware of all the shifting and changing, and doing it like a maestro. Doing it with grace and ease, and pulling up the ones that they want, refining the other ones, throwing a few off stage every now and then. When you can get to that point, my dear loved ones, when you can get over yourself, and you will start to be yourself once and for all. So, next 2 months, take a look at your identity. Feel your identity. Look how you spent lifetimes trying to build it and refine it. Last lifetime you're saying, okay, next lifetime I'm going to work on this and I'm going to work on that. You're the same old being as you were last lifetime, a little bit different face, same thoughts, same patterns. You spent eons building this robot, the biological robot, mental robot, and now you're going to trash it. Now you're going to trash it. And again, please understand that does not mean disrespecting every part of you. It means actually respecting and honoring it so much. Stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to, stop playing the old tapes, what you did wrong tapes that have been embedded into you. And start realizing that you could just be the I am. You can still have David as part of your I am. You can have Sharona as part of your I am. You can do whatever you want with your I am. This will be critical. This next 2 months. With all the pressures, all the tensions, all the interference, all of the duality, everything going on, this will be very, very important. And it's no wonder that we're starting this Keyhawk project right in the midst of all this chaos. Absolutely. Best time. I love chaos. I love chaos because chaos isn't chaos at all. Chaos is reordering. It just appears to be chaos for a moment while everything is getting reordered and reorganized. But no matter what is happening this next couple of months, take a deep breath and remember, A, you're just an act, grand act, wonderful act, but just an act. B, remember all is well in all of creation. And that's why there's so much tension on earth right now, because at the core of creation, energies have come back together again. in a very beautiful, very new way. Could be eons of time before that message ever reaches Earth. And in the meantime, there are those beings who are still playing Earth, who are still playing out duality, don't want to let it go, because Earth is so removed from what you would call Source. It's a great place to continue this old game. If it ever gets to you, or you ever get to yourself, just remember, all is well in all of creation. You can tap into that at any time. With that, dear friends, I am that I am. Madame Saint Germain with you every loving step of the way. Thank you.